Hey, this is Liz Bentley. And I was thinking so much about this week's video and what was the most important topic to talk about. I've been talking to my clients across the country all week and last week, and people are just really feeling lethargic. They're struggling, they're getting tired of all of this, they're fearful of the future and what may come of it. And they're bored. I mean, everything. I just feel like people are really struggling and not feeling that optimistic. And so when I was thinking about today's topic, I was thinking today is the time for what I call grit. Now is the time to really think about grit and what grit means. So Angela Duckworth did a great TED Talk on grit, and I highly recommend you watching it if you have not seen it before. She did a major research project on what made people successful. And what she found in studying all industries across all levels and all education levels, she found that the number one factor that drove success in people was not IQ, was not emotional intelligence, was not good looks, and was not physical health. It was grit. And the way she describes grit, I want to read to you. She says grit is passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. It is having stamina. Grit is sticking with your future, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years, and working really hard to make that future a reality. Grit is living life like it's a marathon, not a sprint. Now, let me tell you, here's what's interesting about that. That sounds great, right? It's like, okay, good. Like, I'm going to run out and have grit. But the reality is it's very counterintuitive to our culture. Our culture is built on getting quick results, on having fast wins. Most people I know don't want to dive into anything unless they know it's going to be worth their time. People think their time is so important that they're not going to do anything unless they're almost convinced it's going to have a good result. And people like to know answers for problems. That's why many people will go to a doctor to get an antibiotic for a cold, and the doctor will tell them this probably isn't going to make it better, but they just feel good doing something. So we are living in a world that's used to instant gratification and getting answers right away. And grit is the opposite of that. Okay, so here are some tips on what you can do to find grit and reach for it when you're most likely to abandon it, okay? Number one, embrace the change that's in front of you and shift your mindset. Okay, we cannot stop the change that is coming, and we do not know what the future is going to hold. But what we do know is that you're going to need to evolve. So keep yourself in a space of continually evolving and not wanting to go backwards, because there's no going backwards at this point. Let go of your need for immediate wins. It might take a really long time of working hard and toiling at things in order to drive a good result. So let go of that need of immediate wins. Analyze your mistakes and see what is going wrong. Don't be afraid of looking at the mistakes and the weaknesses and what you're struggling with. Address them, look at them, fix them, practice new ways through, but don't be afraid of looking at it. Savor the wins. Okay, every once in a while, the universe is going to throw you a great win. It might be a surprise. It might even be a small win. And maybe it's something you worked really hard on and you just got. But savor it, because you're going to need that win to make you feel good and make you feel faith so that you can keep going on to the next thing. Okay? Listen and shift according to the marketplace. The marketplace is going to give you feedback. And the world around us is changing. So listen to your marketplace and see what people want. What got you here is not going to get you there. So you have to be continuously shifting in order to get there. And the last thing is work tirelessly towards your goal. I know that does not feel like good news. People are sick of saying, put yourself to the grindstone and keep going. I know that doesn't feel good. But recognizing that it's going to be a marathon and not a sprint, and you just need to stay in it, that this is a journey of a lifetime, and pace yourself as you go through it, is really what is going to get you to that end result. And that was it before the pandemic. This was true all along, okay? But now it's true more than ever. So think about grit as that bridge between your past and your future. And know that digging in right now and following this advice and not abandoning it when you need it the most is really going to help you survive. So hang in there, and we'll be back next Tuesday. Okay? Thanks.